are here. It's the live reaction to Milestone Revenge, episode 201, and it was off the hook. Buff Bagwell is back with Big John Dalton. That was awesome. Also, next week, AJ Francis returns to Memphis Wrestling. We had a loaded card. Ray Sanders made his return. You had Vashon in action, as well as CJ Blaine answering the open challenge for Mike Anthony. Let's talk all about it. Tell me what your favorite part of Memphis Wrestling was today. If you have a question, go ahead and put that in the comments or any topic or anything like that. Once again, Dustin Starr here with the live reaction. I do want to remind you that next Sunday, January 5th, Violent J is coming to Memphis Wrestling with the stars of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Also, AJ Francis will be there as well. Get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv, and tickets might actually be sold out at this point, but there is an add-on available if you guys want to come in for the VIP experience. So check that out, memphiswrestling.tv. And speaking of sellouts, quite honestly, January 26th is Super Bout 4, and we announced this week, and if you're a subscriber to our email, then you already know, Matt Riddle is coming to Memphis Wrestling. And again, that's Sunday, January 26th. So we ended 2024 with two huge sellout events, the Stars of Tomorrow and the Grind City Rumble. I mean, you could go back and see how many more in a row that we've had, but we were absolutely cram-packed into the Wrestle Center, and we're looking forward to 2025. All right, guys, let's talk all about it. I'm actually here at the Wrestle Center right now because we've been updating some lights. We've been updating some camera shots. We put some paint on the walls. Man, this place is looking awesome. I cannot wait for you guys to be here and see it. Old School Dave, fancy threads, buddy. This is a gift from my good buddy, King Jamie Davis, who I hopefully will see tonight at Dave & Buster's AEW Worlds In. It's a free watch party. I want to see you guys there. I'm going to have 100 ounces of beer on my table. But check it out. It's like Memphis Wrestling custom shirt. So thanks to Jamie. What's up, Rico? How are you? Rob says, hey, Dustin, great episode. Thanks, brother. Cosmic Joe is in the house. Love these championship badges. If you guys want to use the custom emojis and get a championship badge like Cosmic Joe and Rob and Jeffrey and Ben, then just go ahead and click the join button. So we have members only. There's exclusive content. I talk trash that I typically don't talk on here, and also never before seen photos and all that kind of stuff. So go check that out. And you get to watch Memphis Wrestling early. And most of you, I believe, watched on Friday. So Cosmic Joe's in the house. Old School Dave says, whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah. Jeffrey says, hey, Dustin, going to miss Jack Stain. Wrestling lost another good one. Man, 47 years old. Jack Stain passes away, I believe, on Christmas Day of a heart attack. And so guys like myself and some of the others around the Wrestle Center I'm a little bit younger than that, but not much. And so it's just always sad to see somebody pass away at such an early age. And somebody that's, you know, like a teacher in the business and somebody that's helpful in the business. And I've done nothing but read great things about Jack Stain. So, yeah, he will be missed. I hate to see it. Ben says, hey, Dustin, hope you and your family had a great Christmas. We did. It was awesome. Baby's first Christmas. Also, Reese the Beast was off the chain, brother. He is 4 years old and loving it. Thomas says, yellow, Dustin, mercy, baby, mercy, daddy. Oh, yeah. Steve says, great show. Thank you. Rico says, does Dustin want to participate in the Grind City Rumble? Absolutely not. No, thank you. This thing is going to be absolutely loaded. The Grind City Rumble in 2 weeks. 30 superstars enter, both men and women. Every man and woman for themselves. The final two, it's elimination over the top rope. Both feet have to hit the floor. But the final two square off in a one-on-one match right then and right there. Winner heading to Super Bout. So I can't wait, and I am not going to enter the Rumble. Rico says it was awesome seeing a few of the talent from Stars of Tomorrow, too. Yes, you're going to see them sprinkled into the show. I mean, they did great. CJ Blaine did awesome today. Zaya Wolf did awesome today. And believe it or not, Vashon Harvey even did awesome today, except for his really terrible attitude. Robert says, Dustin, are you excited for AEW World's End? Yes, I'm going to watch World's End tonight at Dave & Buster's. The ladies' championship match should have been earlier. Pam, you have to let these things play out. But, yeah, next week is a women's championship scramble match, and I cannot wait. Will we crown a new women's champion? One thing for sure is we will know exactly who the champion is. Rob says, I love CJ stepped up and Mike's sportsmanship. The women's tag match was awesome. 100 ounces. Eddie Kane, man, what's up? He said 13 months he's been a members only. So big shout out to Eddie Kane, man. Look at there. Love it. What's going on, my man? Can't wait to see you on January the 5th. It's coming up right around the corner. Last Thursday in Jacksonville, Florida, my godfather and I went to WWE Holiday Tour then. I bet that was a lot of fun. Who do you see winning the AEW World Title four-way? I believe that would be Jon Moxley. I think he's going to retain that. Cook says, give that shirt to Lawler. It is right up the wardrobe of the king, isn't it? Got the little crowns and it does. Rico says, Dustin, I wasn't surprised how you and Terrence reacted to Simon's actions. It was terrible. Patrick says, tell me about Juggalo Championship Wrestling. The only JCW I know of is JCW that's under GCW. I don't know too much about that. I know Juggalo Championship Wrestling has Willie Mack, Kerry Morton, the Backseat Boys, Violent J. I mean, there's a lot of really good stars that are in Juggalo Championship Wrestling. But we're going to have some of those stars coming along with Violent J. We'll have the Backseat Boys, they're the JCW Tag Team Champions. We're going to see them in action. Kerry Morton, the son of Memphis legend and WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton. He's going to be here, and he's regarded as one of the best light heavyweights in wrestling today. So, yes, we've got some stars from Juggalo Championship Wrestling. These guys are, very fun, very entertaining, very charismatic, and I can't wait to see them here with Violent J. That's coming up on January the 5th. Eddie Kane Main says, when will there be another Memphis Wrestling Saturday night event? Oh my gosh, I would love to have a Saturday night event. But I think what we've tried to do, Eddie Kane Main, is have the Wrestle Center be our training facility and also our television uh, studio is kind of what we're doing. And then if we do something like at nighttime or whatever in Memphis, then it would be at another location. But man, we absolutely could have a Memphis Wrestling Saturday night at any point. We've also been discussing the idea of having a Memphis Wrestling Con to where the Wrestle Center is turned into basically a wrestling con for a little while, to where there's tables everywhere. You get to meet some of your favorite stars and all that kind of stuff, and then have a wrestling show at the end of that. So there's a lot of things being discussed. But Eddie Kane, man, I did love a Saturday night special here at Memphis Wrestling. Rob says if Aaron ever finds out how talented he is, that Justina doesn't have to cheat to give him a win, then Justina will be out of a job. He's talking about Justin Case, always cheating. And Aaron Roberts probably doesn't need as much help as he's provided. Patrick Moore, it's a shame you couldn't have booked Jax Dane. Yeah, we didn't book Jax Dane. Eddie came in. I think Jax Dane tag teamed with Crimson, I believe. Was it Crimson? Correct me if I'm wrong. You missed the old banquet hall building that you started in. Absolutely not. I think we did 2 tapings, maybe 3 inside the banquet hall, and I knew that was not going to last because, man, wrestling is wild. The fans are wild, and this place was not used to a wild party like what we had. Rico says, speaking of Derek King, I watched him on today's episode of EPW, but he wasn't wrestling, so that was filmed obviously before DK went through that table. Now Ray Sanders making his return. Now Ray Sanders coming back says that he's looking for Psycho Simon in 2 weeks at the Grind City Rumble, and he's doing it on Derek King's behalf, but it makes me feel like, have we seen the last of Derek King? Will Ray Sanders be able to go toe-to-toe with Psycho Simon? Is that a smart move, especially at the Grind City Rumble when so much is on the line? So I feel like we've got more questions than we have answers. Cosmic Joe says, Jax Dane, he had a heart attack last month, and it was complications of that which caused his death. Thank you, Cosmic Joe. Either way, just a tragedy, man. So young. Rob says, Big John Dalton, the next Grind City Rumble winner. All right, so Big John Dalton, he won the Shining Stars Battle Royal. He's won the Rumble on the Trail Battle Royal not once, but twice. Can this dude capitalize? He's got freaking Buff Bagwell in his corner. Can he get the job done for the Grind City Rumble? We're going to find out. Willie Bowen says, hey, Dustin, did you ever get your revenge on Ray Rosas? No, I did not. We were supposed to have a showdown at AutoZone Park, and that did not happen due to COVID. Will C-Rex be in the scramble match? Rob, if Nixie XS is smart, she'll make sure that C-Rex is not, because that's going to be every woman for themselves. But yes, C-Rex is scheduled, I believe, to be in that scramble match. I don't know. This is Rico. I don't know everyone else, but King Cobra has been great as a matchmaker or general manager. Yeah, his actual title is matchmaker. So he doesn't make all the decisions in Memphis Wrestling, but anything that you see inside the squared circle, that's all King Cobra right there. And I'll never forget how that went down. Cobra was applying for that position, but before he officially applied for that position, you go back and check it out on the YouTube page. But behind the scenes, Cobra, he wanted to have a role similar to Eddie Marlin back in the day of the classic Memphis Wrestling, and make matches and be a part of the show and still entertain the fans, even though he's not stepping between those ropes and having matches anymore. So big shout out to King Cobra. He's doing a fine job. Eddie Kane Main says, does K Toomer still make the theme music for the wrestlers? He makes a lot of them, but then also Clown, our DJ, Clown 6, he makes a lot of them. I'm glad you mentioned that, Eddie Kane, man. It's like me and you are a tag team here, because there are some new theme songs that we're going to release in the playlist of Memphis Wrestling theme songs, and that's including Butterbean. You got some of the Stars of Tomorrow songs that are really, really good, but then also the Insane Clown Posse. Violent Shay has a new song that was done by Clown 6, so we'll have those up for you guys to check out, if not over the weekend and early this week. Rico says, I'm glad Nixie has been stripped of the title. We're going to see a true ladies champion. King Cobra said he's the champion right now. I love that. There was a little fight for the belt at the desk, too. Rob says, looks like Twilight Zone twins are in love. Now, wait just a second now. It appeared to me, the way that I deciphered this strange video, is that it sounded like Sister Asa or somebody from the Righteous Path was calling for Jackson and telling him to follow. Is Jackson Crowley going to follow the Righteous Path? I hope not. These dudes are crazy as it is. Keith says, I hope Ray Ray gets payback for Derek King after the havoc that Simon caused. There's definitely a size discrepancy there, but I'll tell you right now that if somebody were to jump on a good friend of mine, I don't care how big they are, I'm fighting like hell, and I think that's what Ray Ray Sanders are going to do. Rico says, Dustin, keep them battle royals and rumbles coming. I love them. Thank you, Rico. All right, so sometimes I feel like we do these too much, because if you remember Super Bout last year, we had a Super Bout Battle Royal that was won by Maurice the Strong, and it featured Rhino, Blake Christian, and Tommy Dreamer. So we'd love to continue that Super Bout Battle Royal, but we just had a Shining Stars Battle Royal, and then we just had the Grind City Rumble coming up in 2 weeks. So is it too much? But I know that the fans love it. Willie says, K Toomer versus Psycho Simon. I would write King Cobra. Where's Cobra? He needs to sign that. What's up, Pete? How are you? Where's Mackenzie Morgan? I have no idea. We have not seen her since she was crushed by C-Rex. Stay tuned. Ben says, is there trouble in paradise for the Hollywood clique? Well, it looked like Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock was gassing his guys up, telling them next week they have a Memphis Wrestling tag team title match against the LA Hustlers. Now, let me ask you guys, who you cheer for? I know it's not about cheers and boos, good guys and bad guys. When it comes to competition and it comes to the tag team titles, everybody wants an opportunity at the tag team title. So next week on Memphis Wrestling, it appears that the Hollywood clique have a tag team title opportunity against the LA Hustlers. Who you got? Zicky Dice, Tim Bosley, Mike Anthony for the Internet Championship. I love it. Three-way for the Internet Championship. Kerry Morton's a former NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. That's exactly right. I love a six-man match, a lot of action. I'll have to watch it twice. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. Anthony Mayweather, not sure. Oh, yeah, Anthony Mayweather, right. That's Crimson, who's a buddy of mine. That's really how I know most of the Jack Stane stuff, or what I know about Jack Stane. And I know that he wrestled EC3, world title, and all that kind of stuff. But I keep up with Crimson as much as I can because we're buddies. You missed an opportunity with DK's retirement party. No cake. Absolutely no cake. But I ask you guys, will there be one last match? Should there be one last match? And if there is one last match, where does it take place and when? I'll leave that for you guys. Patrick Moore says there were two guys named Crimson and Crimson. I'm talking about the redheaded Crimson. Rico says, KJ Rocket, I can't wait to see more of her. Seems like Seven Cruz has a great teammate. It does seem like that. Those two are definitely going to cause trouble, and I think that we're really going to enjoy some of the stuff that we're going to see from those two. Whether we like them or not, they're going to be entertaining. C-Rex is a force of nature. Truer words have not been spoken. Can you tell K Toomer to upload the Genetic Nightmare Mike Anthony's theme for your boy, says Eddie Kane, man. Dude, I think it's already there, and if it's not, it will be. I'll make it a point to get that stuff up there. I don't think that K Toomer created that one, to be honest with you. I think that one was one of the very first ones. Actually, that theme song might have been around before K Toomer was around. C-Rex versus Savannah Evans. Okay, C-Rex really dominant is a really dominated force in the women's division, period. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Terrence is channeling Bobby the Brain Heenan. Yeah, minus the brain part. Jeffrey says, I love it. Rico says Twins of Sailor are better as our entertainers than the Righteous Path. Okay. What's up, Ruchi? How are you? Any update on Maurice the Strong? No. Maurice is still somewhere doing strongman stuff. Rob says, Double Ray's got a chance, but he has to hit and run, stay away from Psycho, use his speed. I totally agree. Yeah, that WWE event was awesome, especially the steel cage match. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. Oh, I bet that was awesome. I'm just trying to get caught up going through your comments here. Keith says Derek King's one of the greatest legends of all in Memphis wrestling. Glenn says Slaughterhouse. Eddie Kane, man, why do you have heat for Vashon? I can't be that. He can't be that bad of a guy. Oh, he's a total jerk. Vashon Harvey. Nobody loves Vashon more than Vashon. And if you haven't figured that out just by watching him on Memphis Wrestling, stay tuned. I'm afraid we're going to have a lot to see from him. Rico says, first time I've seen a steel cage match in person. Man, I wish we could put a cage up in here. Patrick says, my favorite matches are Grind City Rumble and Red Carpet Rumble. Yeah, so the Grind City Rumble this year is on January 11th. And then the Royal Rumble's next on February the 1st. Rob says the Hollyweirds had Jimmy and his cast in the corner. It will be 3 or 4 on 2. Will UWM be doing any new content in 2025? There are rumors that they're supposed to do some television tapings, but again, there has been no date confirmed. Patrick says Jax Dane was NWA World Champion. Yes, he was. I think recently too. Ben said, is there an official name for A-Rob's crew? I like to call them Young Goats 2.0. I think they're trying to call themselves the New Wave. I'm sure if we stick around long enough, we're going to hear it over and over and over again from them. Rob says Zaya looked like whatever when ET was talking smack. Yeah, I think that this is a situation where, Zaya Wolf's trying to get on the card. She's one of the stars of tomorrow, and she's trying to get on the card. And sometimes you have to tag team or align yourself with somebody that you might not like just so you can get on the show. But it seems like there might be a big opportunity coming up next week, potentially, for Zaya Wolf if she's a part of that championship scramble. So stay tuned. Sometimes you just have to do what you take, or you got to do what you got to do and do what it takes. So Zaya Wolf looks like she's doing just that. We do know that she's friends with Makari. She's friends with DDT, and they were on the opposite side of the ring today. So that tells you a lot. She really wants to be in that ring. Rico says, would Memphis Wrestling do an all-women's Grind City Rumble match? If we had enough women, yes, we would. Eddie Kane Man says, I think E.T. Erica Torres should win the women's title. I think Erica Torres absolutely has the skill to win the women's title. Keith says, remember Reggie B. Fine? Absolutely. Low budget. Of course I remember him. He was one of my favorites. Rico says, do you think Bianca Belair will turn heel when Jade returns? I think Jade's going to turn heel. Or maybe it was Bianca that put Jade out. Willie, Bobby the Weasel Heenan. That's right. That's what Terrence is. Not Bobby the Brain, but Bobby the Weasel. Cook says steel cage match at Ghost River. You want to talk dangerous. A steel cage at a brewery? Sign us up. Rob says, when I heard you were remodeling, I thought maybe you were putting in a cage. No, we did put in some new lights, switched some camera shots, did some touch-up paint. I don't want to show it all because I want you guys to be able to watch it and see, but I'll walk us around here in just a minute. When I watched the first AEW Casino Battle Royal or Double or Nothing 2019, I felt the majority of the talent should have been signed. New wave like Blondie or Devo. Slaughterhouse made history being the first stars of tomorrow. Tag team. Hey, good point, Rico. Jason says, hey, Dustin Starr, happy holidays. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Happy holidays to you. Patrick says Jax Dane NWA title run was before Billy Corgan bought it. Okay, so it was a little longer than I thought. Thanks, Patrick. Rob says DDT and Makari showed a lot of sportswomanship. Camille versus C-Rex. I'd like to book Camille versus anybody. T Ward is now T Weasel. I like it. Good job, Jeffrey. Jason says, I got a question. Do Mike Anthony's favorite wrestler is The Rock? My favorite is The Rock and Mike Anthony. I have no idea. That's a really good question. But I do love that satin, old school, classic Memphis Wrestling Rules jacket that Mike Anthony was sporting today on television. If you guys are interested, just email us at championshipwrestlingmemphis@gmail.com and place your order today. We've got red and blue, but also we can get some other colors as well. Let's see. Rico says, will Miss Maria return one more time? Oh, man, me and Reese the Beast have been on her trying to get her to come back. So I would imagine at some point. Will we see more Barnabas in 2025, says Chris. Oh, yeah. I think Barnabas is scheduled next week after what we saw today from the Twins of Salem. we've got some questions and we need some answers. Keith says, Heyman's good, but Blaylock. Eddie K-Man, do you put in a Jumbotron at the Wrestle Center? That would be awesome. That would be awesome, but we don't have a Jumbotron. I'm sorry. Rico says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Mike Anthony has become my favorite in Memphis wrestling. Oh, my gosh. And that's what Mike said today on his promo. Like, did you ever think that you'd see the day where we were on the same page? Very cool stuff. Jason says, cool, and I'm ready for the next episode, January 5, 2025. Oh, yeah, me too. That's going to be the Women's Championship Scramble in the main event. Patrick Moore says, Jack Stain matches are hard to find, but I can send you what I found if you're interested. Sure, Patrick, I'll take a look at them. Ben says, if possible, Maria should return for Super Bout. Yeah, why not? At our 4-year blockbuster anniversary spectacular. That would be awesome. Barnabas versus Reverend in a last freak standing match. I'd book that. I'd book that. All right, guys, I have just a couple more minutes here. I've got some other folks here at the Wrestle Center putting the place back together. Big shout out to King Cobra. If you guys see him out and about or if you catch him on social media, send him a big thank you because King Cobra is the real one, brother. Let me tell you that right now. I knew Mike Anthony would get on the right page with you. Eddie Kane, man, you always knew it all along. But I think you're a homer. I think that's your favorite. And I don't blame you. I love me some Mike Anthony. So I'll just give us a little sneak peek here at the Wrestle Center. As you can see, here at the desk, doing a little painting around the Wrestle Center. Of course, the signs got to be put back up. We'll change up some of the lighting there. Paint some steps. I've never seen the underneath part of the ring so clean. So I guess that's going to be until Psycho Simon decides to screw it up for us all. Members only chat. Patrick, do you have any questions? I'll go live on a members only. Like to see training vids on the chat. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, more training videos. Okay. We usually post up some highlights for you guys. Dustin loves seeing the gun show, Tim Bosby and Gio Savage as a team. How about you? Oh my gosh, that's like a super team. Are you kidding me? That ladder would be good for a match. That's the ladder that King Cobra's been climbing on to set up these ring lights. So stay tuned. Happy holidays, adorable Andrea. Jammin' Music, man. Hope you had a good Christmas, Dustin. Happy New Year, Memphis Wrestling family. Same to you, Jammin' Music, man. I appreciate it. Was y'all about to clean the black spray paint off the floor? No, we're actually leaving. Let me show you that. We're actually leaving that spray paint on the floor because I feel like that it's part of the building now. It's part of the Wrestle Center. Check this out. Andrea says, hey, Dustin, what match are you looking forward to tonight? Oh, I just want to see them all. Weird seeing Royal Rumble in February. I know, right? Gun show's awesome. I agree. Check this out. So this, don't judge me on my shoes. These are my work shoes here. That's why they're dirty. But you can see that's the outline of the old Internet Championship belt that Aaron Roberts spray painted. Santa was definitely good to the family, that's for sure. King Cobra better be careful on that ladder. It's a long drop, yeah, but King Cobra is a professional. Willie Mack should come to Memphis for a bit. We've actually been trying to get Willie Mack. I think Willie Mack is booked for AEW on January 5th. That's probably why he's not coming. If you have any last questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, guys. Hey, Dustin, I'm happy that King Cobra took care of the women's championship problem. How about you? I can't wait to see who the new champ's going to be. I've seen some wrestlers that passed away a few days ago. I don't know about that. Look at there. So that's the championship that Aaron Roberts spray painted. Hope Derek King is okay. Me too. Seems WWE is taking cue from NFL with Royal Rumble and Super Bowl in February. Great to see Buff. I did not know Jack Stain, but I know his tag team partner. Also, we've got this coffin here. Want to see Neville. WWE ID. Speaking of ID, I just received a text that I got to get to. A little bit of the Wrestle Center here, guys. Mike Anthony's a great internet champion. Where's Cruel? I'm not sure where Cruel is. Looks like one old NWO. Excuse me. All right, guys, that's all the time I have today. I will be doing a members only chat that'll probably go down tomorrow. So be on lookout for the post where you guys can ask your questions. Of course, you'll get a whole lot more details on those answers than you would here. How about C-Rex versus Nyla Rose? I would love that. If someone jumps out of the casket, I would freak. Just make sure nobody's in here real quick. That's a good point. Last person to go in it was who? Main Event Bradley? Do you think Ray Ray? Thank you, Eddie K. Man. Do you think Ray Ray and DK up to lashing out against Simon as a way to take? Oh, get out of here, Bo. You're so crazy. All right, Andrea. Thank you. Happy New Year. All right, everybody. Dustin Starr signing off. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this at a later time and it's no longer live, you can still put your questions in the comments. We've got members only chat coming up tomorrow, and I can't wait. I'll post it up so you guys can put your No Undertaker in there. Ray and Smooth could go in there, though. All right, old school Dave. Thank you, Rob. Happy New Year, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow in members only. Oh, yeah.